What's up gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the most anticipated piece of gaming hardware on the horizon, the Nintendo Switch 2, which launches in June 2025. Here's everything you need to know. The original Switch revolutionized gaming, blending home console power with incredible portability. But the gaming landscape is evolving, and the Switch is nearing the end of its cycle. So, what's next for Nintendo? What can we expect from the hotly anticipated Switch 2? First announced back in January and then fully unveiled at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct event in April, along with 22 launch titles, the Switch 2 is an evolution of the existing Nintendo Switch console rather than a reinvention of the wheel. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know, from the fascinating history of Nintendo and its consoles, the revolutionary success of the original Switch, and, most importantly, everything you need to know about the Nintendo Switch 2. Before we dive into the future, let's rewind and appreciate Nintendo's incredible journey. Believe it or not, Nintendo started way back in 1889 as a playing card company. For decades, they primarily produced playing cards, but in the 1970s they began exploring new ventures, eventually leading to their first video games. In the early 80s, Nintendo made arguably their biggest move. They launched the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, in North America. This single-handedly revived the home console market after the video game crash of 1983. This console introduced the world to Mario with the game Super Mario Bros., which became an instant classic. From the NES onwards, Nintendo consistently innovated, bringing us iconic systems like the Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii, and finally their latest console, the Nintendo Switch. Each console brought something new to the table, from the groundbreaking introduction to 3D gaming on the N64 to the motion controls of the Wii. Nintendo consistently pushed the boundaries of what gaming could be. Now, let's talk about the console that paved the way for the Switch 2, the Nintendo Switch. Released in 2017, the Switch was a gamble that paid off big time. It was a hybrid console, meaning it could be played on your TV like a traditional console, or taken on the go as a handheld. This play anywhere, anytime concept was revolutionary. The Switch also brought us the Joy-Con controllers, which could be detached, used separately for multiplayer, or attached to a grip for a more traditional gaming experience. The versatility was unmatched, which helped attract a wide audience. The launch lineup was stellar. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was a system seller, captivating players with its expansive open world and incredible gameplay. The Switch continued to receive incredible first-party games like Super Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which have all cemented the Switch as one of the best consoles of all time. However, the Switch is starting to show its age. With Sony and Microsoft consoles being as powerful as they are, the Switch is lagging behind and starting to show its limits. Alright, let's get to the juicy stuff. What do we actually know about the Switch 2? The standalone Nintendo Switch console will cost $449. Alternatively, there will be a Switch 2 bundle that includes a digital copy of Mario Kart World for $499. The Nintendo Switch 2 will be widely available starting June 5th. On the surface, the Nintendo Switch 2 looks largely identical to its predecessor, but there is one key difference. Switch 2 is bigger. In the handheld world, bigger is increasingly meaning better, with chunky units like Steam Deck OLED ruling supreme, and Nintendo is following the trend. Prepare your pockets because the Nintendo Switch 2 isn't a slim device. In the original Switch 2 reveal trailer, Nintendo cleverly showcased the Switch 2's increased size by comparing it with the current Switch. It will sport a larger display size and thinner bezels. Another noticeable design tweak is the new kickstand. It will cover the entire back of the console and is adjustable so you can view the display from multiple angles. It is a huge leap from the regular Switch's restrictive and flimsy kickstand, but comparable with the kickstand added to the Nintendo Switch OLED model in 2021. One of the big Nintendo Switch 2 rumors was the addition of a mysterious C button. During the most recent Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, Nintendo officially unveiled this button, which works with the new Game Chat feature. The C button is located on the right joystick and lets you access the system's new chat system by pressing it. The menu in question appears very similar to the one you'd see on Discord, with each player's camera showing as tiles on the screen. Speaking of the Joy-Cons, Nintendo also showed off mouse-like controls for its controllers. The control scheme mirrors how a PC mouse works, where you put both Joy-Cons on a table or surface and roll them to control whatever is on screen. There are also elements of motion control similar to what we've already seen on the original Nintendo Switch, where you can jerk your wrist with the controller in hand to toss a ball or something similar. At a glance, there might not appear to be much new, but Switch 2's Joy-Cons won't just be bigger, but they will also connect to the console in a new way. The railing system is out, and instead, a new connection method has been implemented. The Switch 2's reveal video showcases this change, and the way the Joy-Cons snap onto the Switch 2's main console unit sure does look satisfying. The Nintendo Switch 2 measures 4.5 inches tall, 10.7 inches wide, and with a weight of 1.18 pounds with the Joy-Cons attached. It has a 7.9-inch capacitive touch LCD screen with 1920 by 1080p resolution that supports HDR10, VRR, and up to 120Hz refresh rates. In terms of storage, the Switch 2 offers a generous 256GB. The Switch 2 also ships with a redesigned dock. The new dock features softer, rounder edges and more of the display is visible when docked. The console will have up to 6.5 hours of battery life depending on what games you're playing. The system will sport a pair of USB-C ports. As expected, the Nintendo Switch 2 will support a slew of accessories. Let's talk games. We know we're getting Mario Kart World, a brand new take on the popular kart racer that allows players to go off-road and explore the wider world for the first time. There is a string of notable third-party releases, including the likes of Elden Ring, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, Madden, Street Fighter 6, Hogwarts Legacy and more. There was also the announcement of a brand new James Bond game, simply titled Project 007, that's coming from IO Interactive. There's a new game from Software called Duskbloods, which will launch sometime in 2026, and a new 3D Donkey Kong platformer called Donkey Kong Bonanza. Nintendo even gave us a release date for that one, June 17th. Suffice to say, there's plenty for players to get excited about when the Nintendo Switch 2 touches down on June 5th. The Switch 2 has the potential to be a game changer, further blurring the lines between handheld and home console gaming. If Nintendo delivers on the promises of improved performance, a better display, and backwards compatibility, the Switch 2 could be another massive success. What are your hopes and expectations for the Nintendo Switch 2? Will you be picking one up on June 5th? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more gaming news and updates, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching.